In this video, I'm going to be going through how to take your marketing brief, turn it into posts, and then also start planning the content. So start planning and assigning to different people on your team to help you start creating some of the content. So maybe you have, like in this, I put some notes for a copywriter. Maybe you have a video editor. Maybe you have a graphic designer. I'm going to start showing how to expand on this a little bit and make the most out of your Airtable base. So previously what I've shown is taking something from an idea to brief / planning to production. We're actually going to edit some of the steps in here because so far we have posts down here, but really we need to start adding posts / deliverables. So we already have posts. We're going to add another section for individual deliverables because for each one of these posts, maybe different people are going to be working on different things. We have different SLAs on different types of deliverables, and we want to be able to track that. So I'm going to jump out of here and just show this from scratch. One thing I forgot to do that I just noticed is I forgot to make this attachments field editable. That would be nice, I think, mainly for some social posts. So like if I wanted to screenshot this interface right here, I'm going to take a little screenshot like that. And now I can click and drag that here into the attachments. That way, as I'm going through the rest of this, maybe I make that visible for people who are helping me produce content. Back to this, if I want to now start tracking individual deliverables, so down here at the bottom, I've already started tracking posts. I'm going to jump out of the preview mode here, scroll all the way down, and down here, I can add another group. So I'm going to add a group and say, link to deliverables. Let's change this from deliverables to a view. This is my personal preference. I have never been able to get used to the list view personally. I much prefer the grid view, so I'm going to switch that out just like that. You'll notice these down here also have IDs. So really what we care about with deliverables is we can just make these short like that. But with deliverables, I'm going to make that full width as well. There's a status, there's an asset type, and then we need to assign it to somebody. So we have a creator. Actually, I'm using creator linked record fields now instead of the user field. We have creators and we have reviewers. So it needs to be assigned to both. My reviewer field is actually still a user field. And just for now, I'm just going to hide that one. So down here, it now looks like there's a bunch of stuff, a bunch more deliverables. There's 13 deliverables. There's only 4 posts. So you might be asking, why is that? Well, that's because I have some templates running. And so let's group this by the post. I have some templates running whereby every time I create a post, so let's collapse all these. There's 4 groups here. Whenever I create a post and plan it, it actually goes and adds all the deliverables down here. And it adds standard deliverables for that platform. So like, for example, this post, let's actually start just showing some more fields. I wish this grouping would let you just show it, like have the grouping not stop as it goes across, but I'm splitting hairs at that point. So let's show posts and let's show, really, I want to see platform would be the main thing. Page, let's show page from posts. Okay, so if I go back up here, let's pull that to right there and let's preview this. So if I scroll down here now, again, there's like essentially a task templates automation running. So if I plan something for Ben Green LinkedIn, it's going to plan, I need to get some social copy in here. Right now, I can't edit any of this, which I don't love. I would ideally be able to edit inline. So let's go enable that. Take it out of preview mode and click into the grid here, edit records inline, and maybe add records inline because certain things are set as a default, but I don't have it fully working yet. Like if I say text plus video here, it's not perfect. So let's say that. I only need someone to produce the long form social copy once I have somebody produce a long form video, then I can use that for the LinkedIn post. But now what I would be able to do is I would be able to come in here and say, add somebody, tag somebody as a creator for raw files, tag somebody as a creator for thumbnails or for title description tags. So Ward and I are working on this. I also have a little bit of black magic happening on the back end of this field, whereby it's filtering records by condition. So that's why when I clicked on this one, you only saw Ward, or when I clicked on this one, you saw Ben Green. If you can't tell, this is the kind of stuff we're trying to set up for clients all day. So that's why it's a little bit built out. I also know like these two are shorts, so I'm not really going to have these deliverables down here. I'm not going to really assign these to anybody. So I'm going to delete those, and let's switch this to shorts, because again, I have some optimization to do there. So now I've really planned this stuff. And what I really wanted to show in this video is I shouldn't have been able to move this to production before. I should only be able to move it to production if I'm done planning my deliverables and assigning those to people, because it's not in product. If nobody's assigned to it, then it can't be in production. So real quick, I'm going to move this back to brief/planning, make it view only again. Deliverables should only show up. So I'm going to make this only visible if the stage is any of these. And I only want to be able to, so earlier in the last video, I added this move to production button. And I want to add another visibility rule to this to where I can only do that if I've done certain things in a linked record. So this is a pretty advanced filter that I'm going to add here. But basically, I want to know if it's in production, that means that I've assigned people to it. So let's see what would be the easiest way to do this. Well, I know I can do it with a few fields. So let's just see if we can do it that way, because I don't see a different way of doing it. Or I don't see an easy way of doing it, is how I would say that, without two fields in one way or another. So what I have here are ideas, and I'm going to count the total number of deliverables. It doesn't matter what field I pick here if I use the count all field. So this is total deliverables. Now I'm going to add another field here. This is actually something I helped someone from Airtable with this week. A good friend of mine was set up a % field using this same exact method. So my other field is going to be a roll up, and basically I want to know what % of my deliverables are assigned to a creator. So in this case, it also doesn't matter here. I'm going to use count all, but I'm going to filter where creator is not empty. So if creator is not empty, that means I've assigned it to a creator. And you may be asking, well, Ben, why did you use a rollup field? That doesn't make any sense. If you're just going to use count all, you might as well just use the count field. Well, hold your horses. I do want to use a rollup field because it allows me to use a formula within the rollup. Little known fact, it's not intuitive, but you can type in like fields here. So like if I wanted to, I don't know, creators. Well, it'll show up in purple when I type in the right field, but it doesn't help me out at all. It doesn't suggest fields like a normal formula editor in Airtable. And this is going to be % of deliverables assigned. And just to make it look pretty, I'm going to switch this from a number to a % field, display it as a progress bar, also display percentage values, and create that field. So here I can see 29% of these are assigned. And now I want to, well, first of all, let's see if I can just make this only visible if the stage is a certain stage. So I only want to show this if the stage is any of these. And then now I'm going to take this a step further and go to my move to production. I only want that visible. I can only move it to production if that equals, I believe it's 100%. Yeah. Let's try publishing that. Okay. So let's try a new idea. We're going to take this from scratch. I'm going to show you the full life cycle again. So if you want to see the full life cycle of a marketing idea to a brief to production, check out the video here in the end screen. I'm actually just going to be taking this now the step further and showing this from start to finish, showing what that looks like to where we get it in production, we get it assigned to the right people, and just see what that looks like. So click the video here in the end screen and it's going to take you there. Or if you want help building this out, check out the link down in the description.